My name is Jeffrey Smith. I'm running for Watertown City Council.
My name is Teresa Macaluso and I'm running for Watertown City Council.
My name is Steve Bradley and I'm rerunning for Watertown City Council.
I was born here and I've lived here my whole life, and most of my extended family is here.
I was born and raised in Watertown in the North Country. I've lived here my whole life.
I've been a North Country native all my life. I was raised here. My family, we had a large family that grew up here. My father had his businesses here. I've been a businessman here in Watertown for over 20 years. My wife is actually a North Country girl, and we've got 3 children, and we've got a business that we've been going on for about 23 years now.
I am the owner and proprietor of Brouhaha here on Coffeen Street. This is my sister Karen, and she is the manager.
Not only do I live here, but both my wife and I work in the community. We own a business, but I work with Dr. Oana Krashenko in neurosurgery, their neurosurgical practice. I'm a practicing physician assistant. I also work at Quick Med Urgent Care, of which my wife and I own.
An answer if you could.
I'd like to get back on the council because there were some projects that I had started when I'd left that really never got to any type of fruition, and there's some fellow council members on the city councils that have a lot of the same interests I have in doing the same type of work.
When people ask me why I'm running for city council, I tell them I don't have a hidden agenda. There's nothing that I want for myself to make my life better. I would like to, I feel that I have common sense, I'm open-minded and fair-minded, and I will listen to people when they talk to me. I've listened to them since I've decided to run for city council, that people have come here and told me things that they think will make a difference in my campaign or should I get elected.
Well, in short, our city relies on us being creative, us being ahead of the curve, us being leaders and not followers, whether it be through alternative energy, how we can do things more efficiently, how can we lower our long-term expenses, how can we plan not just for the here and now, but for long-term.
I've only been off council for a little over a year. It'll be 2 years, I guess, in January, but there's just so many things that just really didn't get completed. I brought up alternative energy 2 years ago, and it just, that hasn't really gone anywhere at this point. And there's council people that are on that page, but you need 3 council people to get anything done, and that's kind of where I'm headed.
Environment that we have right now.
During these challenging times, I would like to bring Watertown back to the way we remember it as I remember it growing up here, working with Fort Drum or any other organization that can benefit us in any capacity.
One area in which we can control expenses, lower expenses, and have offspin of increased revenue, and I have been the largest proponent of it since 2000, is alternative energy use. If we installed more mini hydros, or whether it be solar panels at various buildings in and throughout the city on city property, we would lower our long-term energy costs, we would be planning for the future, we would see short-term and long-term savings. Additionally, we would see increased revenues.
The city's talking right now about next year having like a $1.4 million deficit if it keeps going the way it is. Sales tax is down, hydro's down, there's issues across the board, and state's cutting funding, federal's cutting funding, and it's going to be a really tough budget for the next few years. And I've seen it with my own business. I mean, the economy's not great. We're a little bit insulated because of Fort Drum, I think. That helps us, but it doesn't help us enough to keep going with the projects that are started right now. And we've got to figure out a way to get a balance where there's some things that are going to need to be cut, but it's projects. The type of projects we should be cutting are the fluff projects. Say, if we wanted to rebuild a park, let's hold off on that for a while. We need to work on the streets and the side, keep that type of thing, keep the infrastructure where it's got to be, and keep working on those.
We face budget challenges. We face sales tax revenue declines. We face a global recession here in New York State. These are tough challenges. Well, at the same time, the needs of the city, the needs of the citizens of the city are still the same. They haven't lessened. So probably budgetary issues are one of the largest challenges.
During these challenging times, I think the only way the city will survive is through smart spending. We have to concentrate on this area. We have Fort Drum, which is a huge benefit to this area, and as long as we can keep the economy going the way it has been going, I think we're going to be okay. It will just take a little finessing to get things where we need them to be.
And since I've been on the council, we've taken great strides. We've been able to expand the police department over the past 4 years. We've been able to actually, over the past 4 years, if you look at our tax rate, it's been pretty flat, maybe a 2–3% increase in 4 years. In fact, not this past budget year, but the year before, we had a tax rate reduction. We gave money back. So we've been fiscally conservative, and at the same time, we've accomplished a lot of projects, and we still continue to accomplish projects, from whether it be the Riverwalk to finishing the State Street Public Square project, whether it be through housing or new development coming on with 2 new hotels. We've seen development down at Stateway Plaza.
When people ask me why I'm running for City Council, I tell them I don't have a hidden agenda. There's nothing that I want for myself to make my life better. I would like to, I feel that I have common sense, I'm open-minded and fair-minded, and I will listen to people when they talk to me. I've listened to them since I've decided to run for City Council, that people have come here and told me things that they think will make a difference in my campaign, or should I get elected.
We need to come up, like I say, to come up with a plan that, you know, not looking at, we need to look at what the organization is right now, but we also need to look at it as it should be in the future, and, you know, try to come up with a plan that we can follow through on.
Just want to bring a soul back to this city. I would like to bring it back to a time when things were easier for all of us, and I will work with any city council person, the city manager, any municipality, anyone that needs my help. I will be there for them, and I will work hard for you.
The blizzard of '77 and having the nice 2 weeks off for school, and the snowbanks being higher than you as a kid. I remember riding around with my father. He helped clear the streets. I've had many great memories of the city, and with my wife, my 4 children, I'll have many memories looking forward too.
When I was growing up, I grew up over on the east side of town, and when I was growing up, it was a very close neighborhood. We were able to play outside until late in the evening, and it was a very safe and comfortable area for me.
I guess sitting here in my store, I guess I'd have to go back to a business one, where business, and it's my family. It's a family business, you know. So it's really family business combined, I guess. But years ago, back in, I think it was about 1989, 1990, we opened our first Abbey carpet store, and that was in the old Boys and Men shop on Arsenal Street. And we went through a lot of issues because of the time they had the historic commission for the city, and it was really hard to get the sign work done because Abbey's a franchise. They want, you know, franchises want a certain logo, certain lettering, certain colors, that type of thing. And they were really giving me a hard time about that. And, you know, we got through that process, and it was actually through the help of the council and the mayor at the time. And then but the fun thing was, at the time it was Mayor Walker. He came down and he did our ribbon cutting for us. And I mean, we've got pictures of him standing there holding my youngest daughter at the time, you know, and it was a nice moment, you know. It was just a really good moment for us. And, you know, we were young and full of energy and just starting out in business, and that kind of support was just phenomenal to me. So I would say it would have to be that.
You look at my record and what I stand for, I tell it like it is. I'm a fighter for our community. That's why I've been involved from the beginning, is because I want to see our community grow. On November 3rd, I would appreciate your support, and I thank you very much.
The election's coming up November 3rd, and I would appreciate your support. I know I've done the job, and I want to get back in there and pick up where we left off. So, thank you.
I think I bring common sense, fair-mindedness, and an open mind to any of the issues that will face us in the next 4 years. So please, on November 3rd, consider voting for me. Teresa Macaluso. Thank you.